Spirit, you are highly welcome. You know you are so important. Very, very, very important. I want to let you know that you are so valued here on earth. And that's the reason why we are introducing you to all these books. So that you will pick the ones that you use to sharpen your destiny. The one that will take you straight to your destiny instantly. And that's the reason why now we want to tell you about the love of God. As we always see before in John 3 verse 6, he said, for God so loved the world and he gave his only begotten son, one son that he has, and he gave it to us. Now we are about to talk about love. Yes, this is Kingdom Citizens class, and we present to you books to reclaim your authority over the love of God. And this one is one. Books to reclaim your authority over the love of God. One. Yes. I will not forget to tell you whom I am. I am still the street teacher, Onyedikachi, also known as the prodigal son, who became the town crier. Ekwekwo amagba, ekwekwo amagba, mmeze anaghị efu na mba. Mmeze anaghị efu na mba. That is what it is. Books to reclaim your authority over the love of God. And one, this is one. The title of this book, which we are about to introduce to you now, is called Embracing the Love of God, authored by James B. Smith. You can see the cover of the book. Embracing the Love of God, authored by James B. Smith. That is what it is. And James B. Smith introduced this book to you and me as the path and promise of Christian life. The path and promise of Christian life. These are the things you will see in this very book. Part 1, James B. Smith said, knowing God's acceptance. Knowing God's acceptance. And in chapter 2 of that part 1, chapter 1 of that part 1, he said, God's acceptance. God's acceptance. In chapter 2 of that part 1, he said, accepting ourselves. Accepting ourselves. Many people don't believe in themselves. Many people don't accept whom God created them to be. This is the time you really need to get this book, so that you go through this book and you know that you have to accept yourself the way you are, because you are the best. There is no any other you anywhere. There is no carbon copy of you elsewhere. This is you, and it is you, and this is me, it is me. Now we have to accept ourselves. That's what James B. Smith said in chapter 2 of this part 1. He said, accepting ourselves. In chapter 3 of this part 1, he said, accepting one another. Accepting one another. We have to love each other and accept how we are and whom we are. How we are and whom we are. That is why you need to get this very book, so that you really know whom you are and you will be able to accept other people as well. Now, in part 2 of this very book, Embracing the Love of God, authored by James B. Smith, part 2, he said, receiving God's forgiveness. Receiving God's forgiveness. Now, in this receiving God's forgiveness, in chapter 4, James B. Smith said, God's forgiveness. God's forgiveness. In chapter 5 of this part 2, he said, forgiving ourselves. There are so many people that have committed a lot of things, and it's hard for them to forgive themselves. I am one of them before, but now those things is over. Isaiah 43 verse 18, he said, forget the things of the past, remember them no more. In verse 19, he said he's doing something new. That's the reason why I learned to forgive myself and forget old things. Now in chapter 6, he said, forgiving one another. Definitely, come what may, we must be, or in one way or the other, offending each other. That's what James B. Smith said in this chapter 6 of part 2. He said, forgiving one another. Forgiving one another. In part 3 of this book, Embracing the Love of God, authored by James B. Smith, in part 3, he said, experiencing God's care. Experiencing God's care. We don't have it in our mind to check on how God is caring about us. Many people just like how they themselves are taking good care of themselves, but they don't know that God has a specific care that He has for them, for even me, even anyone. So long you are here, we are the children of God. We are all from Him. Now, in this part 3, experiencing God's care, chapter 7 of this part 3 say God's care. God's care. In chapter 8, he said, caring for ourselves. Caring for ourselves. Many people, I'm the street teacher. I know what I'm seeing right there on the street if I go for evangelism. Now, in chapter 9, and Abapi also, chapter 9 of this part 3, he said, caring for one another. Caring for one another. Caring for one another. That is chapter 9 of this part 3, experiencing God's care. He said, caring for one another. That is what it is. Spirit! Please, however you will get this book, find means to get it. You can type in your Google, or even I will even like you to join me in my WhatsApp platform, so that I will be supplying books to you day in, day out. Books that will change your life, books that will catapult you straight to your destiny. Oh yes. So please like and share this video so that other people will as well find this very book. You can type in your Google, search for this very book, Embracing the Love of God, authored by James B. Smith. James B. Smith. Or I prefer for you to get the copy of it. I'm also looking for the copy of it. Thanks to Christian Library Nation. They are the ones that supply these books day in, day out to me. I pray for God to bless each and every one of them right there, from the admin to all the FON, Father of Nation. May God richly bless each and every one of you. Why I urge you to please like and share this video is because of Daniel 12 verse 3. You see, they that be wise shall shine like the firmament of the sky, and they that turn many to righteousness like stars forever. I want you to join me to turn many to righteousness. Let them know whom they are, and let them know the love of God by getting this very book, Embracing the Love of God, authored by James B. Smith. I love you so much, and I'm heading back to the street for evangelism. Please, however it is, I would like to remind you again, kingdom advancement prayer is very, very important. Pray for those out there, and you pray for me, the street teacher on the street. So we need your prayer. Very, very, very important. We need your prayer. Those out there, they need your prayer. We need your prayer, as I said. And we are also praying for you at the same time. Meanwhile, if you are walking in the house of God, hear me. I urge you, please don't stop. In fact, add more fuel to it. That is where it works. So that his word of Exodus chapter 23 verse 25 and 26 will be made manifest in your life in the name of Jesus Christ. That is what it is. Now we are heading back to the street. As I said earlier, we need your prayers always. Spirit, let's go.